First off, I'm not Jeff, but hello. I want everyone to know that the Warren fam is fine in Halifax. They're still in Halifax, but it would be easier for me to guide tonight for Jeff, so I'm filling in for Jeff. And then thank you to Lily, who's filling in for me over in the blue font. Actually, that way or that way, I never know which way it is. One of these days I'm going to figure that out. So hello to all the regulars, Fred, Jennifer, Tina, Cashew. I'm trying to think of, I'm looking on the other screen. I probably need to stop that. But it is, yeah, thank you, Lily. It is good to be seen. I don't think I'm trying to remember when the last time I filled in now was. It may have been a couple months ago. But you are at the Do Nothing Project, and not a whole lot happens here. That's sort of the point. And I am filling in for Jeff Warren. As I mentioned, my name is Andrew. I'm a certified mindfulness meditation coach in the Unified Mindfulness System, Zen practitioner, and I guess Joan Rivers to Jeff's Johnny Carson, maybe. I fill in from time to time. And yeah, so what is on tap for you? Well, we will do as little as possible, hopefully. We'll have a 25-minute sit. We'll have usually a theme and, oh, thank you, Christina. And I really appreciate, I'm realizing the chat streaming by very quickly, and I appreciate all the warm welcomes. It's very, very nice to see. But we'll have a 25-minute sit. We'll finish with a 5 minutes of loving kindness or friendliness practice. There'll be some sort of theme, and I have a light theme that will fit with our Do Nothing. Some of you have noticed that this is not the normal background. I'm broadcasting live from the land of quilts and wall hangings, also known as Barb Leonard's house. So I'm in the Phoenix megalopolin area at the moment, and at my mom's for today. And I'm actually headed back to Tucson here right around when I'm done guiding today. So the theme, I thought, it came to me. I just finished a book, an audio book called The Art of Flaneuring, and this idea of flaneuring as sort of along the lines of sort of wandering in the city, I should say. It's very Parisian. Wandering in the city and sort of appreciating your surroundings. So I thought that the stationary flaneur would be our theme for tonight. So, and the idea being that we'll be sitting mostly still. We don't have to be there isn't a need to be sort of like, frozen like a statue or anything like that. But ideally we can kind of sit still, and then kind of having that ability for us to mentally flaneur or allow ourselves to wander. And so the classic Do Nothing technique instructions are to let go or to drop any intention to control or guide or manipulate our attention. And then if we notice that we've started to do that, to let go of that. So this idea of sort of mentally flaneuring or being a stationary flaneur, I think kind of fits in a little bit. So you're allowed to let your attention wander wherever it will. And then if you need a home base for support, so there's a Shinzen saying about if you feel racy, then do nothing. If you feel spacey, then try noting. And so that's another way of saying work with a home base, as Jeff says. And so I'll kind of offer a little bit along the way, and then we'll see kind of where it goes. And it'll be a little bit of a wander with hopefully some delicious silence in there. So, okay, how do you spell flaneur? I think that the spelling is F-L-A-N Flaneur, but I'm going to look up because I know. So it is Flaneur, and then flaneuring being the ing. And then thank you very much, Lily. Fast on the draw there. Excellent, and you got the little French hat too. So that was the, I didn't see who asked, but someone had asked. Now you have the spelling for that. And the book, if someone is curious, it's The Art of Flaneuring by Erica Owen. But a little bit of a kind of history on that. All right, I don't think there's. I'll at the end. Lily, remind me tomorrow is the CEC. There's a new theme for the month. That's self-regulation. The theme for tomorrow night is co-regulation. So fans who are here, who are fans of Jeff, Jeff talks a bit about co-regulation. Caitlin Colson is guiding, and the theme for tomorrow is co-regulation. So I want to make sure to plug that at the top. All right, and I have my travel bell, which I'm always kind of, every time I pull it out, I'm always a little bit surprised at the little cool dragons and such that are on it. But I will ring the bell. We'll have, I've been trying to kind of keep an eye over here on second computer on chat, just on the offhand chance, but I think everything's okay. There aren't any other standing questions. And I have, thank you as always to Jeff Groves, who pointed out that my phone is what makes that noise occasionally, so I have that off. So thank you to Jeff Groves. If you're here, if you're not, still thank you, Jeff Groves. Okay. Oh, thank you, Paul. So it is a verb. Good to know. Yeah, so flaneuring, I guess, would make sense. Cool. All right. So as always with a guided practice here on the Do Nothing Project, you are welcome to, hello Gabrielle, you're welcome to say hi to whoever, and you're welcome to allow my guidance to sort of be in the background and do your own practice. So if you're here for the community, we're incredibly happy that you're here, and so you can always prioritize your own practice. So, and those that have sit with me know that I like to emphasize posture to begin, and not being a stickler, but just really settling into the posture. So you can sit on a cushion or on the equally spiritual chair. Standing and lying down are totally valid as well. I'll focus on sort of the seated posture. So just sitting in a way where your hands are, you're not going to fidget as much, so they might be thick palms down on your thighs or arranged in your lap. The spine is upright but not uptight. So just sort of allowing yourself to be naturally upright. And the eyes can be open or closed. And just checking in to see if there's any tension in the body. Each of us holds tension in different places. You'll know yours better than I will, but just check in and see, are the shoulders kind of floating up and causing you to lean forward a bit? Maybe there's tension around the jaw or the eyes. And sometimes just noticing is enough for the tension to release. And if it doesn't, it's our first opportunity to bring a no big deal attitude to the sit, where, okay, tension's here. Can allow it to be here for now. And then a few calming breaths, leaning on the wisdom of the Beastie Boys. Slow and low is our tempo. Breathing in slow through the nose allows us to breathe low into the lungs and into the belly. Breathing out through the nose allows us to extend the exhale. And that's a cue for the body to shift into a rest and relaxation state. And then before we go any further, I just want to mark this waypoint right here as somewhere you can come back to if you get lost in the guidance, or somewhere that you can just stay for the duration of the sit. This idea of just sitting and knowing that you're sitting, just an awareness that you're sitting here. Just marking that as a place you can come back to. Come back to the sense of the body, sitting in the posture, or standing, or lying down. So kind of the first direction can kind of head off in a direction. Who knows where we're really headed, but part of flaneuring is not really knowing necessarily where you're going. So just allowing your attention to free range rove. So are there sounds of interest around you? Sensations in the body that are of interest? Maybe you're experiencing a bit of the Gansfeld effect in the closed eyes. So whatever's present in your human experience, just allowing your attention to find that. And if you've wandered in a direction that doesn't feel super fruitful, or you're looking for a bit more support right now, we can always shift to working with a home base. Of course, that can be the breath, but it doesn't have to be limited to the breath. Maybe it's a sensation of the rootedness of the body in the seated posture, the feeling of the feet on the floor. Or maybe you have a ceiling fan humming away above you. So sounds or body sensations can also be our home base. And so I'll let you wander a bit and check in a few minutes. While we flaneur from our seated position or our stationary position, something may really kind of catch our attention. So maybe there's something that's available to us that's quite interesting. Just knowing that you can go in that direction, can kind of follow that interest. Maybe it's something that's sort of metaphorically noticed out of the corner of your eye. So you can track along with that interest. Or maybe there's an opportunity that's available to you at the moment. Maybe there's a pleasant sensation in your back, or a restful sensation in the body. Or something totally opposite. Maybe there's sort of a different vibe altogether, but not something you're used to while sitting. That's an opportunity for us. Or maybe there's something that is totally grating in your experience. There's a leaf blower outside, or the sound from my environment and the TV next door that's quite loud is bleeding through. So you can work with that too. You can turn that unwanted stimulus into its own sort of meditation object out of necessity. So those three options, they have a acronym in the system, ION. So interest, opportunity, necessity. And they can be completely indispensable to us while we're wandering around in our mind. So I'll offer you those directions to explore and check back in a little bit. Just a reminder to check in with your posture. Maybe those shoulders are starting to sneak up, or maybe you're a little forward or a little to the side. Just seeing if you can tune up the posture a bit. And then also, if you aren't getting into the Flaneur theme, you can always return back to that waypoint at the very beginning. So options are available and you get to choose. All right, we'll shift into friendliness practice or loving kindness practice. And we'll see if we can kind of get a little bit of our visualizations going alongside this. So I'll mention at the end who I'm borrowing from or cite my sources, but just ask you to bring to mind someone right now who you know is struggling. Maybe it's a friend, or I don't know, maybe it's a son or daughter who's back from college but not adjusting just yet. And somebody whose face would be brightened by a little thinking of you sort of action. And if you can bring to mind their face, or if the visuals don't work, maybe their voice, the sound of their voice. And then presenting to them a bouquet of flowers. And these flowers are each a wish for them. May they be happy, may they be safe. May they find comfort. Each flower picked from your heart and offered to them as a gift. And if you want to play with seeing them receive the gift, you can do that too if you like that. And you're welcome to shorten the phrases or insert your own. But offering the phrases, may you be safe, may you live with ease, may you find comfort. You can always tweak them. May you find comfort in this hard time. Or even a bit of a well wish in a different direction. So you see how much, I don't know, how much you mean to me. And pausing to feel if there's any spark of warmth for you in your heart. And if there's not, no big deal. This can be a focus practice as much as it can be a kindling of warmth. And then thinking of someone else, vividly bringing them to mind, be it through visuals, sound of their voice, audio, maybe even a smell, cologne or perfume. Offering them phrases. And then presenting them that bouquet. Beautiful, vibrant summer flower bouquet. Each flower a wish for them. May you be well. May you live with ease. May you find comfort. And if you've generated any warmth in the heart, offering that to yourself. And giving back to yourself. May you be well. May you live with ease. Or I guess we should flip it. So, may I find comfort. May I live with ease. May I be well. And then dedicating that back to the community, everybody, the whole Do Nothing Project, and everyone that the Do Nothing Project touches. Offering you all a bouquet of freshly picked, vibrant summer flowers. May everyone be well. May everyone find ease. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for everyone sticking around. I'm always delighted when folks see me and they don't bolt. So I appreciate that. So I mentioned that I would the picking flowers from the heart is a insight meditation teacher who teaches at Spirit Rock, but he lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. His name is Brian Lesage. I always say Lesage though, so if you catch me, but it's spelled Lesage, Lesage. And if you're ever finding yourself on Dharma Seed, you can search by Dharma Talks, and he's got a ton of Dharma Talks up there, including the ones from his community in Flagstaff. I've sat with him a few times. Really appreciate his community and everything. So, and thank you all the kind words that are flowing fast by very fast. Just as an aside too, and thank you, Lily. Chat has become really active, and we very, very much appreciate that. But that also means that I sometimes will miss saying hello to people, or I'll miss questions or things like that. So I definitely appreciate everyone's patience with that. But I do want to acknowledge that sometimes we don't get to reach out to each person like we did in the early days. So thank you for your patience with us on that. And then yeah, and I'm trying to. I pulled up the chat on another computer just so I could try to catch a few things. So yeah, so thank you, Lily, for posting that. Again, Caitlin Colson. I think Caitlin leads the maybe it's the Vancouver. I think it's in BC, but it's one of the Consciousness Explorers communities. So definitely check out Caitlin's guidance tomorrow. That's the co-regulation is the topic. Just trying to see if I missed anything. And thank you so much for the kind words on Christiana and Jenny and Beth and Saban. Carolyn Spear, thank you very much. All right. And it is always a delight to see familiar names like Kelly's and Mitch and Ruthless Crab and Michael Perry and everyone. So we did definitely want to make sure I share the delight that we have with that. So yeah, so I'm still doing Wednesdays, Wednesday meditations. So I'll you can find them on my channel too. So Wednesdays it's at 8:15. So a little bit after this normal start time here. So I was gonna say I didn't mention that to Lily, but I went ahead and posted that. So, and then a few people have asked how to get a hold of me, and probably the best way now is on Instagram of all places, I guess. So, oh, thank you for sharing that, Brian. That's excellent. Yeah, I haven't figured it out. We've got more than 100 live streams now with Jeff, and we have to be getting close to 200. So for folks that attended the 100, I still am impressed with the silent film motif that Jeff pulled off for that. So it's really cool. So CEC Meditate. I think Lily's already posted that. Is there anything else, Lily? I am guessing Jeff's meditate. Jeff doesn't like to do self-promotional stuff, so I try to do it for him when I fill in. But I think that Omega retreat in August is full. But Lily can tell me if that's not the case. So jeffwarren.org is where you can find Jeff's retreat schedule. It's under the events page, so jeffwarren.org. I think it's jeffwarren.org/events. And so I just posted. Let me see if I still have it, Peggy. So it's on my channel actually. So let's see. I think that's the right one. Okay, don't think it's full. Okay. I wasn't sure. I just had kind of so I still should be saying something. So August, Omega, Jeff is going to be there. You can find more information jeffwarren.org. jeffwarren.org on the events page, and then there's the meditation party retreat in October. I think that's the 2. Yeah, so yeah, Paul, nothing necessarily happens at 200, but every 100, I guess we'd kind of had come up with some idea. So all right, so that's okay. So then I've got everything that we should cover. Excellent. Well, thank you everyone for sitting with us. We really, really appreciate it. I don't know, Ruth. The best way to know, so if you go to cecmeditate.com, I know there is the meditation open mics that Aaron and Jeff are doing. So I think that is an opportunity if you are in Toronto. And then I do think there is a calendar page, and if you sign up for the newsletter will have it as well for cecmeditate.com. Oh, okay, the retreat in October is in North Carolina. That's right. Okay. There's two in October, isn't there? Lily knows these things and I don't. So whatever Lily says. But yes, the Naughtonauts unite. And that will be where the Naughtonauts are, if I'm saying that correctly. I've read that. I have not said it out loud. Okay, so there are 2 in October. All right, I was like I didn't realize for sure. So, awesome. Well, have a great week. You've got somewhere to be to meditate on Monday. You've got somewhere to be on Wednesday with me if you want. And we'll see you next Sunday. If I can figure out where the stop button is.